In spirit of my birthday this year, I wanted to share a semi-short but true birthday horror story of my own. And while it may not be your traditional horror story, it's likely a relatable one. So, let's get started, shall we? It was November, circa 1998 or 99. Still working out those details as I write this whole thing out. Either way, 4th grade at a new school had been pretty rough. 5th grade wasn't starting out much better, but there was hope on the horizon. My birthday was coming up, and this year, I was going to have a real birthday party. Not the kind at the apartment cabana, or the one with just family. The kind that people really wanted to be a part of. We were going to Games, the local arcade, the #1 spot for video games, bumper cars, pizza parties, the place with the ticket-spitting machines and a prize wall for days. And on special occasions, such as birthdays, they even had face painting. Needless to say, little 5th grade me was positive that I was going to have the best birthday ever. I wrote out all of my invitations, made sure not to leave anyone out best I could. Handing them out, I was so confident. It was amazing. I felt like even if no one showed up, I was going to be having the time of my life. Later on in the day, I couldn't help but notice that quite a few people seemed to have another invitation in their hands. Oh no, I couldn't believe it. Someone else, someone I had already invited to my party, was handing out invitations. Oh no, for the same day? But Liz's birthday isn't until the 20th. Why? Why, God? By the end of the day, I wasn't sure what was worse, that Liz was having a birthday party the same day as me, or that I wasn't invited to hers. Momentary sulking interrupted by reassurance of some great friends that said my party was going to be the best. They were definitely going to my party. Great. And oh yeah, I don't care because I'm going to Games. Fast forward a couple of weeks. Definitely enough time has passed to where I realize, okay, I'm not getting invited to Liz's party. But the hype for my party feels at max capacity. People are saving up change to get as much gameplay as possible. We're dreaming up the pizzas that we're going to order on my mom's dime. And a couple of kids even start inviting me over after school. I finally feel like I'm fitting in. Life is good. About a week before the party, I ride bikes with a couple of friends down to Games. There's a giant hill on the way there and the way back, but it was worth it at the time, if it meant that we got to see the magic for just a minute. Maybe hit up the sticker machine, grab a Laffy Taffy for the ride home. Before leaving, I take it in for a minute and think, wow, this place is about to be mine for like 5 hours straight. A truly epic thought, and it gave me the push I needed to make that ride back home in time for dinner. And we're about 3 days away from the weekend. It's almost party time. Every night for like a week, I keep asking my mom if we can drive by Games and, like, I don't know, look at the place. Kids are weird, and I was no different. Anyway, Mom wasn't really trying to drive by there every night, so she kept saying, well, go by there Friday night and check it out. My party was Saturday. Cool, I can do it. Friday night shows up. I'm eager as heck to do this drive. Mom gets home for work. I'm already in the parking lot waiting for her. Driving or riding down this hill on the way feels like a roller coaster. And when we're driving, I always like to slightly hang out the window. So I was doing that. Super excited. As we round the corner to the notorious Games, something is severely wrong. The sign, it's not illuminated. If I didn't know better, I'd say it was closed. But Friday night at 6 p.m., that's prime arcade time. I looked over at my mom. Her face is telling me that she thinks this is unusual too. I ask her if she can park the car, which is notably the only one in the parking lot. My mom slowly pulls into a spot directly in front of the door, the headlights of her car offering the only light in the vicinity. There's a sign on the door that I've never seen before, but I can't read it from the car. I follow my mom's lead as she opens her door and starts to walk toward the sign. I got close enough to make out the words, "Permanently closed." My mom reads the remainder of the sign, half under her breath and half out loud, and eventually looks at me and says something like, "Honey, I'm so sorry," or "I'm so sorry, honey." I was horrified. No. Seriously? No. Oh my God. Well, that's it. There goes everything I've worked for. Entire 5th grade year thus far, and probably forever, ruined, destroyed. I wasn't normally a very quiet kid, but I remember quietly crying the whole ride home. I couldn't even act like I was on a roller coaster on the hill. My tiny heart was broken. So, my mom took care of calling everyone's parents, letting them know that there was a change in plans. No more fun, no more games. Amanda's party would now be at the apartment cabana, for old time's sake, and for lack of any time to plan anything else sake. Woo-hoo. I was pretty sure that no one was going to show for my party, so I spent hours sulking on those thoughts. Granted, how could I blame him? In some probably super cool, super fun house somewhere was Liz and her really fun carnival-style party with movies in her theater room and real popcorn and like a cotton candy maker that I didn't even know that you could bring into your house should you have a house. For a minute, I was wishing Liz had invited me to her party. At least I'd have something fun to do, I thought. When, to my surprise, a couple of my friends walked through the doors of the cabana. And sure, they might have been the only 2 kids to show up that day, but they showed up in that kind of way, the one that really matters. My day sucked much less because of it, that's for sure. And life went on. Sort of. I mean, I never did find out what exactly happened with games. Like, I'm sure my mom put a deposit down or something, and she better have gotten that back because they crushed some dreams. Unless, of course, their dream was games, in which case their crushed dream created more crushed dreams. Deep. Well, thanks for hanging out with me on my birthday and listening to this story. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll talk to you soon. Stay spooky.